Welcome to today's session. At first, I would like to congratulate you for selecting the course and attending the different sessions which were held till now. Today's session is on the applications of artificial intelligence in aerospace engineering. I start sharing my desk. Hopefully, you will able to see my desk now. Yeah, the topic for discussion today is on the artificial intelligence in aerospace applications. As it is related to the aerospace, I request you to fasten your seat belt and be attentive. Uh, we are about to take off. Before takeoff, let me just introduce myself. Who am I? My name is Ramakumar. My full name is BVN Ramakumar. I'm working as a professor and chairman in the Department of Aerospace Engineering in Dayanand Sagar Universities, which is located in Bangalore. The email ID for me is just shown in this slide, chairman-ae@dsu.edu.in. This is me on the left side. You can see me visually. Yeah, I'm working here for the last 2 years. Before joining here, I worked in the industry for 15 years, that in the aerospace engineering related to the aerospace. I worked in Honeywell for 10 years, 3 years for the Rolls-Royce India, and I worked in some other manufacturing industries before that. So with this background, I try to do justice for the today's topic. I got involved in some of the things what I'm going to speak now. Apart from that, I collected a lot of information from the websites and the company profiles and the white papers. So it's a collection of the different materials, and it's a kind of the very generic view what I'm going to have a discussion now. I understand from Dr. Ram that you have already attended the some basic sciences. You know about the what is machine learning, what is the artificial intelligence, and the different programming languages. So I don't want to spend much time on that. My intention is to give you kind of the flavor about the applications of the aerospace engineering, of the artificial intelligence in aerospace engineering. These are the contents. I just want to give a very broad idea about the AI, what I mean AI. You all know that artificial intelligence, it is shortly it is called as AI. So we will just spend very short time on the understanding the what is AI. Then we will spend more time on the topics 2 and 3, AI applications in the civil and defense aviation, then AI applications in space. This journey is for the 30-40 minutes. Be attentive. It's as we are moving in the flight, be attentive. And at the end of the journey, I will have a question and answer session. If you have any specific questions, we can answer for that. The fourth one is we will have a small discussion on the challenges. What are the present challenges for the aerospace engineering? Before going details, I just want to give you a kind of the warning. This is the statement given by Elizabeth. By far, the greatest danger of artificial intelligence is that people conclude too early that they understand it. I am not exception for that. Even it is very early for me to speak or give the conclusions. But here I just trying to give you a glance of the applications where the airline, different partners of the aircraft industry are using, are about to use. This is about the very short introduction about the AI. Anyhow, you attended these sessions on the AI. I'm sure that you know about the what is AI. AI is a very broad area. It is basically related to the technique which enables the machines to mimic human behavior. We are trying to teach the machine about the human behavior. So we are making the machine to think like a human being. So we are trying to give more organs. Human being has the same many number of organs. Because of those are sense organs. Though using those things, we are trying to learn, and we are taking the decisions, or we are becoming the intelligent. The same way, we are trying to give some organs to the machine, where it can sense and it can feel, and it can have its own intelligence. Some of the important subdomains are mentioned here: machine learning and deep learning. Deep learning basically it deals with the multi-layered neural networks, famously known as the MLNN or AN, artificial neural networks or multi-layered neural networks. Here the term neural, it is related to the brain. So we are trying to give our brain, or similar to our brain, to the machine. That's why we call that as neural networks. Neural is related to the brain. Machine learning is again, statistical methods to enable the machines to improve with the experience. Here, these are the different features of the artificial intelligence. It's a very, very wide area. It has the many tools and domains which are included in the artificial intelligence. To just give some of the things which are main features here in artificial intelligence: deep learning, that's related with the neural networks. Then facial recognitions. You all know that what does it mean by facial recognition? You all know that when you are using the Facebook or WhatsApp, you all know that when you have a face, the machine is capable to say about its name. It's because of the tagging. You all know how it happened. The same way, facial recognition is a very important feature of the AI. Automated tasks, many times man has the characteristics of fatigue. If a work is given which is repetitive in nature, man gets a fatigue. He can't really perform well. But whereas in the mission, it doesn't matter. Mission doesn't have any fatigue. So some of the activities which are kind of the regular activities, we can automate them and try to give those tasks to the mission which can perform in a good way. Then we have the data ingestion. You all know what is the importance of the data science today. Now everything is related with the data and the statistical methods. Data ingestion, getting the data, acquiring the data, filtering the data, using the data, representing the data. It's a world of data. So data ingestion is also part of the AI. Cloud computing, that's also probably you all know about the cloud computing. Instead of having your own resource, you can use the common pool, which is really, you need not to really invest much money in having your own computing. And the thing is, you can access from anywhere. Cloud computing and quantum computing, that's the future. And apart from that, the last one it is shown here is the chatbot. That's a very, very interesting thing which people are getting used nowadays. It's very easy to create, and it's very useful for the regular applications. Probably you also can explore further on the chatbot. Its creation is very, very easy. And is it AI new? No, it's not. Like our mobiles, the same way AI, artificial intelligence, it's not very new. People started in 1980s. In the first generation, around in 1990, they used to call this system as the export system, where they have a lot of database, and there will be some questions if and then, like our loop, what you use in the any programming language. Same way, machine will prompt you some question. If the answer is yes, then it will ask some other question. If the answer is yes, then it will go some other question, like that. it will try to take your input and then suggest, okay, this is the action you can do. That's the export system. Next one is then the statistical methods. Now lot of algorithms have come up, and which made the statistics more powerful. Earlier days, more physical simulations people used to try and they rely on that. But nowadays, we are moving from physical to the physics-based simulation to the statistical simulations. From the data, when you have the sufficient data, then you need not to really understand why it's happening, how it is happening. Just based on the data, you can take your decisions. And there are a lot of algorithms available now. So that's the kind of the second generation AI. Now we are in the third generation. Now we are calling this entire technology as the artificial intelligence, where we brought different things under one umbrella, and that umbrella, we kept the name for that umbrella as the artificial intelligence. So we are giving the kind of the brain modeling. That's where I'm saying the neural networks. So everything is related with the neuron. Neuron will get trained, and it becomes intelligent, and it guides you on the decisions. Okay. And these are some of the things probably you are already hearing that Japanese chess, auto driving, autonomous vehicles. You all know about the Google car. It's coming up, where you don't require any driver for your car, four-wheeler, anything. Once you feed the locations, it will take you. So auto driving, autonomous driving, it's again, it's a part of the AI. So it's not new, but the only thing is now we are getting so many facilities and so much of technology. Because of that, whatever the fantasy we thought earlier, now it's becoming the reality. So future is with the intelligence, more with the artificial intelligence. We are making our missions more intelligent now, and they can replace the people. Not in all the situations, but wherever the regular things, wherever some more computations are required, we can use these missions. Here in this slide, I just tried to show you the different use cases. For any solution, whatever the new solutions we are looking, all these we are trying to use in the business. The main purpose of the business is getting the profit by making the customers happy. So the first and foremost important application, or what we need to think, is how do I make my customer happy? So customer experience is the first and foremost important point for any technology. Customer experience, supply chain, human resources, how to utilize the human resources, how to detect the fraud, how to create the more knowledge-based systems, knowledge creation, research and development. By using those things, we can go for the predictive analytics, real-time operations management, customer services, risk management analysis, customer insight, pricing and promotion. This is the small list I have shown here, but there will be a big list. If you want to really explore one by one, it will be big list, which people still exploring what the test cases, use cases for the AI. I'm trying to give some of these things in my presentation down the line. Yeah, coming to after the introduction, I just want to start our applications related to the aviation. And in the aviation, there are stakeholders, many stakeholders, or many players, we can say, who are involved in the aviation or aerospace business. And here I try to classify them into different heads. And let me go from the bottom to top. MRO units. MRO is the maintenance, repair, and overall. You all know about what is the maintenance, repair. Suppose you have a four-wheeler, you know about the servicing. When you purchase the four-wheeler, then they will give you kind of the maintenance. How do you use that? And again, what are the repairs and the overhauling, servicing? Like the same way, in aircraft also, when you purchase a new aircraft, there will be schedule for the MRO. There are different players for the airlines. You all know that airliners, There are so many airliners. Here I'm trying to just showing you some of the list. Lufthansa, Air France, American Airlines, Emirates, and many Indian airliners. I think you know about those things. And some are the leasing companies where they can lease their components or the aircraft. You need not to airliners need not to purchase, but they can get the lease, like your house. Same way in aircraft business also there are leasing companies which are shown here. Then there are generalist in a kind we call them as the OEM, original equipment manufacturers. The two important OEMs in the aerospace business are the Airbus and Boeing. There are many other things, but many other companies. But these are the very, very key players in OEMs when it comes to the aerospace business. Then we will see how AI is getting used by these people. Then we will have some specialists where they don't really have the entire aircraft, but they will supply the systems and subsystems and some specific mechanisms like the names what I just showed here: Bombardier, Embraer, Dassault Systems, Sukhoi. These are some companies which are specialists, or maybe these people they supply the defense aircraft basically. Dassault System, probably you all know about the Dassault System. And Sukhoi, you might heard about these two companies when it comes to our defense, Dassault Systems and Sukhoi. Similarly, they have the Bombardier. Bombardier, they have the what do you say, commercial or business aircraft. They're a very important player for the business aircraft. Embraer also. Apart from that, there are the suppliers for the engines: Rolls-Royce, GE, Honeywell. I'm fortunate to work with Rolls-Royce and Honeywell. Apart from that, the engine suppliers are the GE, Safran, Thales, UTC Aerospace Systems. They have the engines. And apart from that, they also supply the other systems. They are under the equipment suppliers. You can see their names. And apart from that, type 2 suppliers, they are not really the main systems, but they can make some components and supply to the OEMs. So there are some names you can see here: Mitsubishi, Toei, L3, IHA, Parker, Megget, ITP. Those are the organizations or companies who are involved in aerospace business, but they supply some components, not really the systems. And apart from these, and the other important player is the airport authority. Airports. Let's see how these people are using AI in their day-to-day life or day-to-day business activities. Let's start with the MRO, maintenance, repair, and overall. You all know that. Like a four-wheeler or two-wheeler, when you purchase a new vehicle, then obviously they will tell you these are the service schedule. Similarly, for the aircraft also, there will be a service schedule. So based on that, generally MRO people will maintain their inventory. But apart from that, there will be some unexpected maintenance. So if there is any unexpected maintenance, and if the aeroplane is getting ground, then it's a huge loss for the airliners, because it cannot be used for the further travel till it gets repaired. So for that purpose, what people are doing now is we started the health monitoring system for the aircraft, where people will try to get the different, they will try to use the different sensors when it's flying. They try to get the data from the sensors, and from the data, we can predict whether the aircraft is working in the expected way, a performance is in the expected way. If there is any change in the performance, in the expected performance, then obviously it is giving the intimation that there could be some repair might be happen. So Ultimately, that information will fed through the expert or machine learning expert, and he will try to do the data processing, and he will allow the fleet manager, okay, yeah, there might be, we are seeing some performance dip, so it may be due to, maybe we are expecting some repair. Then he alerts the people, it's a possible repair might come. Then people will get ready for a replacement of those. Then they will look for the components, whether they are available or not. If not, immediately they will make the orders. So in that way, health monitoring will try to avoid the unpredicted maintenances or unpredicted downtime of the aircraft. This is very, very important and useful activity for the MRO. It also helps them to minimize their inventory. They need not to keep all the equipment, all the parts in an abundant way. Based on the requirement, they can purchase, they can get them import, or based on, keep them ready. The next application I'm just showing here is the left to top one is a very small robot. It is developed by the Rolls-Royce. What it does is it can enter into the engine, and it can take the photos, and it transmits that information to the expert. Here, it's very difficult for the any employee or any worker to get into such locations where a robot can go. You can see the size of the robot. It's very, very small. This is our palm, and this is a very, very small robot, which is generally used for the getting the information from the engine. It goes into the engine, it gets the information, pass the information. And the other applications I just have shown here is on the uses of the virtual reality or augmented reality for the training purpose. In earlier days, many for the for servicing, generally they will have the manuals. Manuals are printed, and for any information they need to go to the particular manual. They need to look. They need to search for the entire manual. They need to go through and look for any information, and they try to get the information and do accordingly, react accordingly. But that takes a huge time, getting the information from the physical thing. Now people are going for the digital. Everything is digital. Now people are getting with the digital manual. They can simply search any information like Control F and give the keyword, and you can find the word where it is. It's very easy to get the information, and apart from that, there will be 3D models. You understand it better, and they are supplying the videos where you can learn how to replace a particular part. And apart from that, now VR technology, virtual reality and augmented reality, they're helping the people to get trained on the realistic systems. Apart from that, the another application is in the supply chain optimization. As I mentioned, MRO people, they may need different parts at different times, and they may have the different suppliers. So it's very difficult. Suppose there is a need, and it needs to get the part very immediately. They don't have the time. How to get it fast? There we need a lot of optimization techniques. Dr. Ram is a specialist in the optimization techniques. He could have spent some time with you. So these techniques will minimize, time and the money, and they will try to see various suppliers nearby, find out the best way. So that's a very important task people are using for the artificial intelligence in their day-to-day activities. After discussing something about the MRO, let's spend some time on the airliners. When I say something like airliners, then it all starts from the planning. Here I just shown some of the applications where airliners are using the artificial intelligence or machine learning algorithms. Let me start from the top left one. It is about the planning. Suppose you're planning for a travel. air travel. It could be on the based on your business purpose, or it could be for the tourism purpose. Thing is, once you want to start your planning, airliners will come to know that you are interested to for the travel. They will record the person who is looking for the information. Immediately they start helping. They will use the different techniques. They will even use the social media to know about you. What they do is they will not give the all the information what they have, but they will supply you the information what the keywords you have used. That's like customer specific information. Tailored information will be sent to you. So by using that, suppose just to give you the analogy, suppose you are kind of the favorite for the Rajini movies, and suppose someone knows that you are a favorite of Rajini, and he gives you information regarding the Rajini, then it will be very easy for you, and you will feel happy for that. The same way, airliners also will do the same way. Once you start looking the information from their website, immediately they will try to help you on the different destinations based on your taste, your interest, and they will try to get the requirements from you, and they will try to give the combo offers. So there are a lot of information is needed for that actually. So AI is very, very widely used for making the planning of your travel. Probably many of you could have traveled in airlines. The worst part or the painful part of the travel is waiting time. Everywhere it's very, very difficult to wait in particular location. That's a kind of the non-value added activity. We always try to minimize the non-value added activity. One of the non-value added activity is the ticketing. Probably when you go for the any travel, generally you spend a lot of time in standing in the queue and going to the ticketing. Then he will ask you a lot of information. He will check you the identity. Then he will ask you about the your options. Then he will look over the availability. Then again he will try to get your luggage, and then finally he will issue the ticket. That in that process generally it takes kind of the 30-40 minutes. Sometimes it's more than an hour. It's the non-value added activity. Here AI is the AI or ML we are trying to use to a great extent here. In the many airliners, they are trying to help the people to automatic ticketing. Once you are fixed about your travel, then ticketing will be done automatically, and even luggaging is also done automatically. Once you get into the airport, you just drop your luggage. You need not to really stand in the queues and wait for your ticketing and the luggage. This shows you the luggage part. That's again, it's a painful activity for all the passengers. But now many systems or many airliners, they started kind of the automatic luggaging. Before you board on, you will tell how many bags and what's the size, and once you go, just drop it there. You need not to really spend much time in getting your luggage there. Next activity is on the face recognition. Again, in security and gates, generally they used to check your identity before allowing for the flight. But nowadays, many times, many airliners, they started the automatic missions with the face recognitions. Once you get into there, then they will take the picture and automatically the system recognizes you and allows you to the aircraft. These are some of the things. Apart from that, the food. This is very important. You all know that importance of the food in the aeroplane. Just imagine in the aeroplane, if you get the food what you like, then you feel very, very happy. Or otherwise, whatever they supply, you need to take. Instead of that, whatever you like, they are supplying, You feel more happy that. Now, many airlines, they started this way. They are trying to understand the taste about the people and trying to supply the according to their taste. And the other thing is, in earlier days, they just estimate the some people, and for those people, they will prepare the food, and that will be they make it ready for the flight. But in that way, they used to waste lot of food. But nowadays, because using the algorithms, learning algorithms, and the historical data, you can predict the expected traffic or expected number of passengers. Accordingly, you will prepare the food. So in that way, we are avoiding the lot of wastage of the food. That's very, very important. And in-flight supply also, now people are trying to know about your taste from the social media or other media, and they are trying to supply the ones what you like more, customized supplies. The other application what the airliners use is in the crew management. Crew consists of the pilots, co-pilot, then other staff members in the aircraft. Scheduling of them is very, very difficult. Crew members, they are from the different countries, different locations. They prefer the different leaves. They want to have the leave on different days, and this is very, very difficult for the manual maintenance of that. Now many systems have come, and many softwares have come, which are really useful for the crew management, crew scheduling. That's another application where airlines are using the AI. The other and very important application of AI is on the routing of the aircraft. You don't, earlier days it's a fixed routes, but nowadays, based on the demand, they are changing the routing. It's a dynamic routing. Suppose they expect there will be demand in between these two locations, then they will increase the number of flights. If they feel that there will not be demand in particular route, they may cancel that, or they may reduce their flights in that location. It's a kind of the dynamic routing is happening now. So it's always great extent it's helpful to reduce their expenses. The other one, again, for the entertainment and the shopping, they are using the lot of media, health, and your Facebook, Twitter, the WhatsApp, all that they will try to get information about you, and they will try to know about your behavior. They try to know about your taste. Accordingly, they are trying to give the information regarding that. They will try to help on their, even nowadays they are helping on the hotel reservations, where to stay, how to stay, what is a better one, better hotels, all those things they are helping now. And the last one, but it is not the least one application, what I'm trying to explain here is the variable seat reservation. In earlier days, getting a seat is, after going there and after the standing in a queue, then you will come to know which seat you will be having. But just imagine, suppose you are getting the seat what you want, where you want, then you feel more happy. So now airliners, they started reserving the seat based on your interest or your taste. But only thing is, they, based on their demand and the location, they will keep changing. A small extra money they will collect based on the requirement. Okay, so it's a kind of the dynamic pricing. That's the another area people are airliners are using the AI. Oh, okay, some more applications here. Yeah. One interesting application of AI is the Autopilot. As I mentioned, now we are looking for the autonomous cars. Still, we don't have anyone. We are going to get in very near future. But flights are using the Autopilot for a long years. There is no need of the pilot there. Autopilot, once you engage the autopilot based on the routing, once you give the routing and the points how to go, then it will take missions, or that system will take piloting. Only thing is, still pilot has the control. Whenever he wants to stop, he can disengage and he can make the piloting that. But otherwise, you need not to have a pilot also. Autopilot facilities are available. And again, this is another area. I suppose many times when you wait in the airlines, immediately some messages comes like unexpected delay. Then it's you will get the frustration. But to avoid that frustration, that, we get the information ahead, and that information will be fed to the um, travelers, passengers. Then accordingly they can plan. So information, giving the information, some of the things you can't avoid, but giving the information helps the people to plan. So that's the another application where people are using the AI. Apart from that, probably you could have seen such kind of the robots or the chatbots, and the even sometimes the your own language you can read the information. Suppose many times you used to say final call. The airliners, people in the airliners, they used to call the names and all. Instead of that, now many times there are display boards, and they have the assistants. Actually, they will assist you, and even the gate directions. They will send you the SMS information ahead. So many places they are replacing the human with the robotics. The other applications I have mentioned here is on the training. As I mentioned in the MRO, same way, airliners, they are using the AR, VR techniques for pilot trainings. It's very, very important. Simulators, earlier days, simulators are kind of the, we used to have these simulators, but using the VR and AR technology now, that's becoming the very, very effective now. Okay, you can simulate the very tough situation, and you can see how they get trained. The other application is the weather forecasting or weather monitoring. Yeah, for aircraft travel, weather, it's very, very important thing. Probably you could have experienced the turbulence. Suppose the aircraft is moving and suddenly you see some turbulence, and pilot used to say about the warnings, and he may warn you to wear the seat belt. Now, to avoid such unexpected things, lot of information they are getting from the ground station now. Weather, how the weather is. So based on that, they can avoid unnecessary turbulence. So that's the another area people are using the AI technologies, and many other things I just have shown here. Because of the time, I'm moving fast, and maybe you can just go through other areas where it is AI is used. Some of the areas what I want to cover from the defense sector, not only in the civil aircraft, we are using the AI in the defense. You all know that the importance of the defense. We need to protect ourselves. We need to protect our nation. So defense plays very, very important role. AI is widely used in the defense now. Losing a person is very, very difficult. And going to certain locations, man cannot sustain, or he cannot go there. Where we are trying to use the automated or autonomous vehicles. Probably you could have heard about the UAVs, unmanned air vehicles, or drones. We try to use the drones in the defense. There are many other areas. I just have shown some of the areas here: military intelligence and weapon management, security. Defense security is very, very important. You can't really unhide the information about the defense. If you couldn't save your information, then you lost. So there are many algorithms or many specializations are coming about the cyber security. That's very, very important for the defense. Along with that, this is for the strategy planning. So you get the lot of information about the your enemy's thing. Then accordingly you can plan. They need to use a lot of optimizers to reaching those things. AI is helping a lot. And the other interesting application is about the making the rescue operations. Suppose there is an attack by the enemy. If any soldier got hurt, just imagine if there is a system which tells about the history about that soldier, wounded soldier. That's really helpful. And based on history, and you can react very fast to that soldier. And at the same time, now missions are giving the probability of survival. Suppose based on the pictures or the information or the measurements, now missions are becoming more clever, and they will give you probability of survival. If you know that probability of survival is very, very less, then you need to skip and you need to give the priority for the other soldier. So prioritizing the soldier treatment, that's the new area where artificial intelligence is helping. The other thing is border securities. You all know about the video analytics. Now we are using a lot of videos, image by using image processing. You will find out who is the enemy or who is your friend, and you can find the abnormalities, and you can act very quick on those things. These are some of the things what people are using for the defense. Again, this is not the complete list. I just tried to show you some of the gist of the applications. Then moving ahead, the other area what I want to cover is the airport management. Again, whenever you are planning for the business trip or the for your entertainment trip, the immediate pain point will comes you in your mind is the waiting again in the security check. Security check is very important. But at the same time, if you make it more friendly and more easy, then people feel more comfort and they prefer to go there. Okay, now in the security management, airport management, a lot of AI applications are coming up. Here, I just want to show some of the applications. You can see the image processing or video analytics. You can keep the person, take the person's pictures, IR camera. You can use the different techniques like IR cameras, other laser techniques to get that information about the pupil, and you can identify the here he is identifying a gun. So it's a security check. Before going to the security, you can identify that person and you can track. So it's very easy. It's very useful. And other applications I just have shown for the data for the hour. You know, COVID has given us the lot of challenges. As a preliminary checks, thermal scanning, sanitization, these are the minimum things, social distance, these are the minimum things we expect. So even here, we are trying to use the technology. Here, this is the thermal scanning using the new systems. You can scan the entire body. You can find out what are the temperatures at the different locations, and the overall temperature you can find. And if there is any problem, you can stop the person without going to the security and all. And these are some robots which are used for the scanning and sanitization. These were made in India. So India is coming up a lot of innovations in these areas. And you can see some of the robots which are used for the sanitization here. And even some other robots sanitizing the equipment. And even they are also using the image technology. Suppose a passenger is sitting there, he should not use the sanitizer on his face. So to recognize whether the passenger is not there, it can use the image processing. Other important application is on the gates. You all know that gates, allocation of the gates, optimum use of the gates is very, very important for the airport. The more the time you spend at the gate, it's costlier for the airliners. So in order to reduce their expenses, definitely they look for the very small time, short time at the gates. So optimizing uses of the gates is another area where airport authorities are using the AI algorithms. Then again, landing, takeoff, scheduling. Again, lot of algorithms people are using for the better utility of the facilities. The other application I just have shown here, this is the robo-controlled parking. Um, you just drop your vehicle, then it will take care about the parking. And here, these are the parking ticket issuing machines. You need not really wait there. You just once you park your vehicle, they will make the needful things. And here you can see there is a scanning system which can recognize your a number plate, and it also helpful for the security purpose. And nowadays, airport are using the AI technology for tracking the your baggage. Again, earlier days, passengers used to spend a lot of time in waiting for their baggage. Many times they will miss their baggage, but now using the IoT technology and other technologies, now you can track your baggage. You can find where the baggage is, which location it is, and you can find how much time it takes for the baggage to come. So that's really helpful. And this is about the, again, airports, they are using the AI technology for scheduling the takeoff and landing, utilizing optimum utilization of the runways. That's the very, very important task for the airport management. The other application is about the um, uses of the AI technology for the landing and takeoff during the tough situations. Here you can see the fog. Lot of fog is happening. Suppose a pilot wants to take off or land, it's very difficult for him because of his visibility problem. Using the technology now, you can take the pictures of the land, runway, and based on that you can take the decision. So that's the helping a lot. And other technologies like video analytics. Again, airport authority, they keep a lot of cameras and videos for the boundary walls so that it will monitor whether any person is entering, unauthorized entry is happening and all. So there are so many applications where you can use the AI. The other application is about the shopping. You know, you just imagine someone, someone knows about your taste and give you the information according to your taste. The same thing airport are doing now. There now we have the different ways to track about your behavior and your taste, and based on that, they will send you the information regarding the whatever the things you want to purchase. They will say this is available in this so and so shop, and show so and so shop number, and it will show the way also. That's wonderful. You need not to really wait, and you need not to really ask the many people to go how to go ahead and all. So shopping, it's a pleasure. Shopping. I'm skipping this one. I don't want to spend much time here. The other thing I just want to spend a few minutes how the OEMs are using the AI technologies. OEMs, as I mentioned in my second or third slide, the major OEMs in the aircraft industry are the Boeing and the Airbus. You know, Boeing or either Boeing or Airbus, they can't produce all the aircraft components. They depend on the suppliers. Trust me, for one aircraft, they have millions of suppliers. Having the information about the supplier, having the information about the specifications, it's very, very tough job for the manual operations. It's all kind of the digital now. In digital world, you can save all the records, and you can get the information dynamically, and you can plan accordingly. You just see here in this slide, I just have shown there are the different components, and the different components are supplied by the different countries and different suppliers. For this aircraft alone, there are many companies and many countries. US, they are getting some components. Canada, they are getting some components. Australia, Asia, Europe. Many countries and many suppliers and many parts. It's very difficult for the manual maintenance. And AI is really helping there in optimizing the resource allocation. This is also another story. Again, 787 parts. If you see the Boeing, they just do the only 2-3 components. Remaining all the components they import from the different countries and they will assemble. Okay, you can see here, Boeing will do only these things, but all other components they import. Many components you can see here, all these components got import. So maintaining the records, supplying the needful things, it's very difficult for manual operations where machine can help. Yeah, this is my favorite topic. OEMs, the other area is the unmanned air vehicles, drones. Drones are getting widely used now, and they are going to be used very widely in the coming days. In earlier days, till now, we are seeing the drones which can be operated remotely, remotely operated. But now we are trying to look for the autonomous drones. We want to give the knowledge or the intelligence to the drone. Drone itself take the decisions. There is no pilot or there is no ground operating stations. They just fly themselves. They go to this. They will complete the mission and come back. That kind of the intelligence people are using. And apart from that, earlier days we used to have a big drone which can do the many functions. Instead of that, now people are coming up with the swarm of the drones. Swarm means its collection. Maybe instead of one drone, there will be hundreds or thousands of drones. Each drone may be capable of doing a small job, but collectively they will do the thousands of jobs. And the communication, how the communication among the drones, that's very important. And there are a lot of algorithms and the new technologies are coming up, how to communicate among the drones and how to communicate the information to the ground stations if it is required. It's a huge research is happening in this drones technology. And other thing is, this is the self-healing or self-intelligent. You can see a drone like this. Probably you could have seen the movie like a Transformer. The same way here. A drone, based on the requirement, it will get separated, it performs its operation, and if it's not required, then they will join together and they will become a kind of the single drone. It's beautiful, and the lot of technologies are coming in this way. And drone should be intelligent enough to know about his friend or enemy, and if it gets hurt, then it should come automatically to the home. And now new technologies are coming up like self-healing. If something happened wrong, again, drone, it should have the health monitoring system inside the drone. Based on the requirement, it should take its own decision. Okay, and here it is showing the routing. Drone is supposed to move from one place to other place, and it should become intelligent. It should find out the path points its own. Till now, we are using the routing is done by the manually, and we do the remote controlled pathing. But those days are getting over now. And there are many techniques. Drone, while it's traveling, it needs to identify there is any obstacle. Then it needs to take the path, different path, and try to reach its mission. And here, this is another drone. You can see the huge drone here. And it has so many weapons. And the weapon uses of the weapon, when to release what. This is scheduling is of a weapon and identifying the location. Based on the location, it needs to fire. So that entire intelligence is giving, it is embedded into the drone now. This is another application, rescue application. You can see here, drone is identifying the person where he is. Then accordingly, it is taking its decision. Otherwise, you can't a remote controlled thing. Land-based control, it can't be used in such kind of the applications. So it will recognize the person, and based on the person location, it will go to that location and offer the assistance. Okay, this is all about the UAVs, and there are many similar kind of the applications for the um, aircraft manufacturers, system manufacturers, or component manufacturers, like health monitoring, what I mentioned about the aircraft. Similarly, engine players, they are monitoring the data, and they are also monitoring their health. Okay, this is similar to the one what I explained for the aircraft health monitoring. The same way for components or system monitoring will be done. The other area is digital twin. This is the future in the sense it's already existing, but a lot of growth we are going to see in the digital twin. Digital twin is nothing but, as a name says, twin. Twin means it's a two. Digital twin, you have it, you have your replica of the physical thing in the digital. It's like model. Here on the left side, you are seeing the real object, and the right one, you are seeing the model of that object. This is called a digital model, 3D model, or 2D model, or 3D model, computer model. And you can do a lot of testing on this virtual model, which cannot be performed on the real engine or real object, where you can do so many things. On the digital one, you can develop your knowledge, and based on that, you can take the decision and apply that in the real world. So digital twin is coming up. It's propagating very fast. And yeah, these are some of the applications of the digital twin benefits. Suppose here, optimization of a wing. Here I just have shown some pictures. Now AI is getting used for the optimizing the different components. In this example, I just tried to show you the wing optimization, how to make what kind of the design can be suitable for the required aircraft. We do a lot of simulation for that, and now the machine is becoming intelligent to make its own decision based on the performance. Similarly, for the engine, I just have shown some contours here. You can do a lot of simulations. And this is the another one I'm trying to highlight here. Nowadays, people are using for the rental, APU rental or engine rental. Earlier days, people used to buy and use that. Now, like your bicycles or the two-wheelers, you are having the rental. Even four-wheelers, you have the rental. The same way, the rental concept is coming for the aircraft. You can rent an aircraft, and based on the usage, you can pay. You need not to really keep it for your purpose complete. You need not own an aircraft. So in that condition, what they do is, suppose you have made a rental, you have taken the aircraft on rental, but you have gone to the different locations which are harsh, then there will be more probability of breakage or the unwanted repair. So the component suppliers, they want to monitor where this guy is using, and based on that, they will charge the rent. So that's the new business model people are working. And other thing is connected aircraft. This is also coming very widely now. Earlier days, once we enter into the aircraft, you used to hear a message saying that please switch off your mobile phones, switch off your all electronic equipments, and they will suggest many things. But those days are getting over now. Even on the air, you have the accessibility, and there will be Wi-Fi. It will be connected to the aircraft, and from the aircraft, you will get the Wi-Fi. And you will stream, you will work like as such you are on the ground now. It's a limited speed now, but people are working for increasing the speed. So even in the aircraft, you can just feel as such you are in the land. This is another application people are using for the visual inspection. Many companies, small companies or big companies, they are trying to use the inspect, for any component once it is produced, then you need to inspect if there are any defects in that particular product. Earlier, people used to do that manual inspection. Now, people are using for the image processing, like vision. There are a lot of vision techniques basically. Okay, the new algorithm, lot of machine learning algorithms are available. By using that, you can find whether there is any defect. If there is any defect, then you can remove that from the supply actually. So all that people are using for the image analysis, image processing. And the last topic for today is on the some applications in the space. In the space, it's getting the very wide popularity nowadays about the understanding the space. There are many areas where you can use the artificial intelligence in the space. Here, this slide shows the some of the areas. One is the autonomous landing. Probably you all know about the our uh, lunar no lunar mission. Moon mission. Now we are making the our land. What do you say? Rovers, which are supposed to take their own decision based on the situation, based on the conditions. That's they need to take the decision whether I can land now or not. You could have experienced, you could have landed during our latest moon mission. People are using, once a rover goes, then in the rover, they keep the lot of sensors, and they are supposed to get the data, get the information on that particular planet or the satellite, whatever it is. And then that information is called as data collection, and that data should be passed to the land. That's another area people are using. And nowadays, people are coming with the robonauts. Probably we all know about the astronauts and cosmonauts, but the robonauts is kind of replacing the people. Instead of the sending the people to the space, why can't we send a robot and it will do the all the operations? Probably you could have heard about the ISS, International Space Shuttle Center. Probably you could have heard there was some problem in that particular unit, and people went there and they made the repair and came back. Instead of that, now people, NASA is planning to send the robot. Robo is intelligent enough to find out the location and to take the part out and make the needful repair and come back. So spacecraft maintenance, this is another area people are working for the artificial intelligence. And the latest one is the resource utilization, in situ resource utilization. Suppose instead of taking all the resources from the land, now we are trying to make the system which can look for the resources available there and utilize that information. That's another area people are working. And this is very, very interesting area, design and construction of the articles. What people are doing now is, probably you could have heard about the 3D printing. The same thing they are planning for the space. 3D printing, once the robot reaches to that particular location, there it will start printing its own articles. So that kind of the intelligence people are working on that. And many other areas you can see, AI is getting used for the mission planning, mission operations, data analysis, knowledge discovery, communications, navigation, refueling, health monitoring, astronaut health monitoring. All these are the very challenging areas and upcoming areas where everyone is excited to use new technologies. Yeah, these are some of the pictures. Again, I just want to show you. This is a kind of a rover landing mechanism and identifying the things there. And VR and AR technologies are coming up, which are very useful in the space exploration. And this is a kind of the robonaut, and this maybe human. Before you send a human, you can send a robo. And this is the what I'm trying to say is kind of the 3D printing on space, in space, and along with the this is a kind of robonaut again. The other application is the Starlink internet. Probably you could have heard about the SpaceX. SpaceX is coming up with the Starlink internet. So all the internet will be run by the satellites. They wanted to send the thousands of satellites into the space and use the satellite communication for the internet operations. That's very amazing. So yeah, I thought of covering some of the aerospace applications, but at the end of the day, all our technologies or development, it should satisfy the customer, your end customer. So are they really helping us, the customer? Just see here, yes, it is helping the customer in making the customized services. It is helping in saving money, saving time, and the safety, health of the customer, and making him wow. So ultimately, you're reducing the pain and giving more gain, less pain and more gain. If you are making that, obviously, you're good in your business. So they will be happy and they will be happy customers. Okay, having a discussion on the different applications, I just want to close the topic today with some of the challenges. The important challenges I just have shown here, building the trust. Yes, it's very important. Trust building. Probably you could have known about the autonomous car. When they tried, they have experienced some accident. So obviously, no one is preferring now. Slowly, they need to do a lot of experiments and they need to make the trust, build the trust in the customers. You show that there is no failures at all, then only people will come. Or otherwise, if there is no man and you are just saying mission will take care about the all the things, it's very difficult. So building trust is the very important challenge. Next one is the AI human interface. Even though we say many things here, but we need lot of improvements in the interface, the connecting between the man and the machine, AI and human interface. And whatever the technologies we have discussed, those require a lot of investments. So investment is the very big challenge. Apart from that, software malfunction, you know that if there is any bug or any malfunction of some software in the particular mission, you know the severity of the effects. So we need to be very careful. We need to avoid all software malfunctions. Again, productivity and expectations. You are promising so many things, and if you fail, then it's very difficult. So higher expectations from the customers, that's also a very important challenge. Apart from that, I'm just showing some more challenges here. The important thing is number of ethical problems. Probably it may arise down the line. Ethical, moral, legal issues may arise. These are we don't know what's the kind of the challenges it's coming up in the uses of the AI. And there are many other challenges I just have shown here. Verifying the authenticity. That's we have told about the security. If something happens wrong and you are allowing the unauthorized person into the aircraft, then it's gone. You can't really imagine that situation. Redefining copyright, again, that's a very important thing. Ensuring the cooperating accountability, power, availability of the data, understanding of the unstructured data. These are the very, common challenges in the data management, data science. So unless we mature all these things, it's a very tough time. So these are the lot of challenges still exist in the present technologies, where we need to progress a lot and make it workable. Yeah, with that, I will close. So your journey has completed now. We safely landed on the, we took the safe land now. You can remove your seat belts and get relaxed. Yeah, now you can ask me any questions if you have. Thank you. Thanks a lot.